Anyway, yeah, let's get this row down the show. So let's start with you, Tor. Who are you playing, and what is your motto?
I am playing Yu Wei, the tiger slaver, the arrogant tiger slaver whose motto is "I can move mountains," because he is a mountain.
Now, I'm just looking over your shoulder there. It looks like your character sheet is a little old because you have got some goals taken care of. But either way, let's move on to Sheng Lu Po. Who are you, and what is your motto?
I am Sheng Lu Po, the a weasel vagrant warrior. My motto is, it is not that the well is too deep, it is that the rope is too short. And I have the same goals as the Tigerman.
Sounds good. And next on our list is our spinner of tales and webs and perhaps plots even, Tamara Jin.
Yes, indeed. Tamara Jin, the Spider Mayor, whose motto is "Action speaks louder than words."
Sounds good. And this one's going to be a little different tonight, but we're starting out with Zhu Long tonight with you, babe.
Yes, Zhulong, the dragon elementalist. I am impetuous and I am also dangerous.
Alright, so previously on Jadeclaw, our intrepid heroes were going to the next town over to return a lost dray, only to discover that the town was had been under attack by the slavers who were menacing people along the road, and specifically the same individuals who captured a couple slaves. So the mayor of that town opted to return back to a more safe environment. And since then, things have gotten a little bit janky. Some spiders have shown up coincided with an itinerant priest or something along those lines. We had an appearance by for those paying attention, the second in command of the Fire Strike gang. And the last we left, Zhu Long was menacing some of those gang members with Feng Jin. Feng Jin, of course, was a former gang member who is menacing his former compatriots with a rake. So that could go into a fight depending on what happens there. So Zhu Long, let's start with you.
Well, at the end of the last session, I said I was throwing a wagon at them, so...
Okay, so if you want to get that to kind of push forward and bowl into them, what skills or gifts would help you to do that?
My elementalism. Specifically, I guess my control over wind magic. Because my intent is to shove it with the wind.
Sounds good. Let's roll them bones and see if you can get that wagon to move and get into them.
Alright. I guess I'm using 3d8.
So, for 2 successes, I'm going to say that the heavy wooden cart, you are able to push it, and it is going sufficient speed where, let's see here. Yeah, let's have him do a dodge here.
I said, leave him alone!
So, of the 3 gang members in the direct path of that little hand cart, 2 of them kind of wagon or pinwheel their arms away and go like, yeah, but one of them is not so lucky and gets caught underneath it. So let's see here. Let's just have him do soap damage. I'm thinking getting ground underfoot like that is definitely at least an injury. So And that's no good. So, yeah, one of the guys kind of stumbles as the wagon rolls over his chest, crushing a bunch of ribs, and he starts writhing around screaming.
Perfect.
Now, this will start a fight if you so desire it to. Otherwise, what next are you going to do?
I fire a lightning bolt into the air, hoping that it'll be seen by
They're
everybody in
addictive,
town.
aren't they?
All right, roll it to see if it goes off.
That's great. I don't know what the hell that means to my macro system.
Hashtag lightning bolt, folks. Let's start that buzz campaign. Together, we can make a change. Anyway.
Huh. Oh, well, it's the same number anyway. I guess my macros don't work anymore.
Okay, so for 2 successes, the lightning bolt shoots up into the air. It's probably, I think it was in the morning, not too long after the spiders got stomped. But
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure,
maybe
though,
about
that it's
10:30.
loud is the point, though.
Yes. 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning, a lightning bolt seems to strike over near Motherly Ling's house, and a peal of thunder follows.
What is that
And you
damn
all
wizard
hear
up
it.
to this time?
Now, Julong got himself up into a heap of trouble. So, yes.
Yeah, do a run and slide over the cart like it was the old, I don't remember what their car is called.
Isn't it called the Duke? Anyway, I never watched Duke's Cassidy.
No.
But,
It's the
yes.
General Lee.
The General Lee,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
it,
it
yeah.
was. Thank you, Storm. So, based upon where the rest of you guys are on the map, you can do full run actions. It's going to take you about 2 turns to get there.
Okie doke. I think I'll go ahead and start doing that.
Sounds good. In the
I'm
meantime,
about to be running, but the tiger can go.
that's right. Our Slinky Boy got sick. He got bitten by a spider in the face.
Indeed, I think I was interrupting everyone's paths.
Yeah, I ain't running there.
So
run,
like,
fall, run, fall.
no. But okay. So Fang Jin, since you moved with Lightning Bolt, this will be the rise of the bad guys now. Actually, no. Fang Jin is on your side still, so he is going to move closer to you and guard.
Still is the word I don't like in that. He's gonna change sides in the middle.
Well, it's not that he doesn't like you. It's just that you forced him to move into a house with like a lady that is constantly trying to feel him up. So.
Oh, how horrible for him.
It is if she's the town bicycle, but that's besides the point.
Get some experience, Fangjin.
Okay, so let's see. Let's start from the top. So the top one, since Feng Jin is the closest, is going to, since they all have, no, I don't think they have their weapons ready. So they'll pull out a bow and then I guess they'll shoot. Okay, Feng Jin manages to avoid the shot. The next one will shoot also at Feng Jin, since they seem to be pissed off with him. And that shot goes wild. The third one in the line there is going to shoot at you, Julong.
Dodge.
The number to beat is a 5. Oh, you've got a tie there. So
I have no cover.
let's see here. You could probably You can take cover behind Fang Jin if you'd like.
I'm doing this to defend him, so no, I'm not going to do that. Remember, they were out here picking on him, and I came up to defend him, so...
That's true. So I guess if it's a tie,
They win.
and you can't take cover, so I guess you take a 1 point hit, since they are using short bows, and a short bow is +0 critical.
Just check with my armor. Disc armor, okay. And I soak none of that. So reeling and hurt.
So third one takes a pot shot, manages to get you hit. The one who is afraid, of course, can't do anything, but the guy behind him is going to say, get up, what's wrong with you? But sadly, he's just a mook and doesn't really do a good job of that. Okay, so that looks like it's the end of the bad guy's turn. Rise of the good guys.
Running over here.
Quick cutaways to me still sitting in a bath.
Maybe I should go help. Okay, and Lue, you're still running, I take it. Okay, so next round, you guys will be able to get there. Zhu Long.
I recover from reeling and then guard.
Okay. Feng Jin, I guess, is going to look and see that he's outnumbered and is going to go around the edge of the house to see if he can get some cover. He's also going to guard. So that's the end of the good guys, rise of the bad guys. And all our mooks who just shot are going to reload and guard. The one behind the one who's injured is going to attempt to rally. But doesn't seem to be working. Okay, that's the end of the bad guys. Good guys, you've now arrived.
I'll aim to upgrade my... no, wait, I'll refresh create water as free action. Create air, sorry. And I'll load create air. And that's my... I'll guard after that. And that just leaves everybody else. To do something.
Yep, if we're actually in range and done running.
That's what she said.
There we go.
Yep, so I've got you moved. Your tokens are moved over by Zhu Long. So we've got Lue and Tamra. What's your call?
Imagine you're reeling because of the run.
Yes.
So imagine an angry woman running down the road yelling at these kids to get off her lawn. That's the sort of appearance the mayor has right now. And I'm going to go with a scare tactic.
So recover from reeling and scared him.
Yes, indeed, which sends me reeling again.
Okay, so that is resisted with will. So you have 2 successes. Which one are you starting on?
Body, will, and presence, and I'm going to say the one that looks like he isn't about to collapse. I think this guy.
Okay, sure, we can do that one. He is a little far away, so he is going to get a T8 bonus.
Right.
Well, he looks at you and says, "Oh, it's this lady again," and he is undeterred. So the stump doesn't continue to sweep, and that's the end of your round. Lue, how about you?
I'm going to recover from reeling And let me see. I think I'll guard for now.
Okay. Last but not least is Fang Jin, who will see that there is one person not. Well, actually, no. He just has a rake. So I guess he is going to stay by the Motherly Ling's door and not let anybody in. So that's the end of the good guys. Rise of the bad guys. So we now have our nefarious gangsters reloaded and ready to go. So the first one up top is going to see Lu Wei reeling and aim and shoot at him.
Well, I'm no longer reeling, but okay.
You didn't change the icon, that's why.
Ah, okay. Oh, so yes, you mentioned you were guarding. Well, he will still shoot at you because that's probably the closest one, or best line of sight.
All right, I will dodge.
Don't roll badly.
I roll 5.
Okay, so you managed to dodge out of the way. So he will lose his guarding status. The next one is going to see that Fang Jin is a worse target. So let's see. I think he is going to shoot at you, Zhulong.
Okay.
So he will aim, of course, and drop his guarding status.
I'll dodge. Since I'm guarding and a veteran. Green Tor.
Okay.
And I dodge it.
It's a good shot, but you were quicker on your feet. The one that was yelled at by our now reeling mayor has decided that he doesn't like the sound of your voice there, Tamara, and is going to aim and shoot at you.
I don't like his voice either. Here's a dodge.
Oof, you managed to just barely squeak out of the way, but of course I forgot the D8 because the extra D8 because you are reeling.
Actually, I might not have my shield right now, so that D12 is probably not there.
Okay, well, either way,
But I was just prancing about town checking on people and their bats and all.
yes. Okay, so you managed to twist out of the way just in time as a arrow swooses by you. And I think the afraid guy is going to just say, screw this, my insides
No,
hurt.
I'm saying like that was a hit. There's no none.
Oh, okay, so there's
The
no...
D12 would be if I had the shield. I don't, so.
Okay.
Uh.
So then it would be a 2-point hit. So that is a critical. So that is a 3-point hit that you must soak.
Let's do it.
Miss Mayor!
I actually don't have armor on either, so let's see. How high is that for me?
In fact, she's naked.
Oh my.
Aha, I soak 1.
So that 3 is now reduced down to 2 points of damage. So you are hurt, reeling, and afraid.
Hooray.
Let me see. How good is my willpower? Oof. D6.
So the afraid one who is hurt and injured, like I said, is going to take off.
I think that was the wrong one.
And skitter scatter.
And the other one is going to turn at his fleeing friend and say, oh, Jesus. Okay. And so he's going to pull out a bow, or his bow, and since he can see Fang Jin, he will shoot at Fang Jin.
That bastard.
Well, ain't that a pickled peach? Feng Jin botches his dodge roll, and as an arrow hits him for 2 points of damage, since this is critical, that would make it 3. And of course, we added the extra 1 because he botched. So he has to soak a 3-point hit. Can he do it?
It's a 4-point hit.
Is a bow +1 or is it +0?
Oh wait, if it's a short bow, it's +0.
A short bow is +0 in critical.
Oh, okay.
So he manages to soak 1 point of it, despite the botched dodge. So he is simply hurt, reeling, and afraid. So that ends the bad guys. Rise of the good guys. Let's start with Feng Jin, who, having gotten shot, is going to back up and try to go around the other side of the house. And upon losing sight of his former friends, will lose the afraid status. Okay, and what do our heroes do?
I'm gonna recover from reeling and then run around this side of the building, sending myself reeling. But I should not be afraid after that.
That is true. If you lose sight of the bad guys, you will lose afraid.
There we go.
All right. I'm going to attempt a sprint towards the bad guys. I choose to roll a d6. I roll a 6. Excellent. That'll get me up to 7, because I can add my
Your
stride
stride.
in. So I'm in the cabbage patch. I'm still too far away from these guys, so I'm going to use my second action to guard.
Okay. And last but not least, Zhulong.
I will aim to upgrade my create air into a lightning bolt, and I will attack the guy furthest to the right.
Okay. Now that is resisted with willpower, is it not?
No, it's resisted by whatever he normally would dodge an attack by. This is just an attack.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
the weird mental stuff that you use weird resistances for. This is no different than if I was shooting a bow at him.
Aha, so he manages to get a 5.
Yeah, but I got double sixes.
But your
Unfortunately,
6s will beat that 5.
I need to open the book because my macro. Wait, that should be in the macro. I can just pull that out. That is damage +2, critical, penetrating, confusion.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a one of the gift spells, so I had to invest into it.
Okay, so damage, yeah. 2 points, plus 2 more is 4. Plus critical is 5. It's penetrating, so it ignores armor. So he can only roll his body to soak.
That's why I waited the turn where they were no longer guarding. Bless you, by the way.
Alright, well, he gets struck by lightning and is dead.
And that's all I got to say about that.
That's kind of horrifying. Literally calling down the thunder. Okay, so that's the end of the bad guys, or good guys rather. Rise of the bad guys. Since they fired this round, all 3 are going to reload and guard together.
Oh, someone's afraid of a big old kitty.
Okay, and they're waiting to attack next round, so it's the Rise of the Good Guys.
Well,
Take it away, Luwei.
okay, in that case, I am going to stride closer. Yeah, I'll stride closer. And I will start with the closest one, and I will go simply for clawing him. So he will have to dodge. Dodge this, you fiend! And I scratch him. 4! Ooh. Haha! My 12 beats into your 11. Take
Yes.
that. That is +1, so 2 points of damage.
Okay, so he will try to soak that. And he does, but he is also sent reeling in that process. All right, who's next?
I suppose Tamara will go ahead and recover from reeling and then try to sprint back over to this side of the building.
All right, roll your speed die, and that's the number of paces you can go.
3. Do I get a stride at the end of that?
So you get 4.
Alright, that puts me cleanly on the edge of the building then. I can see the action from this side now.
Yeah.
Go get him, Luwei.
Yay!
And Julong, what's your decision here?
I'll guard and load up a crate air again.
Okay. Feng Jin, of course, will just guard. Okay, so it's Rise of the Bad Guys. So the one who's reeling will recover from reeling. And since he's... Let's see here. He could still technically shoot you. So I think he will.
Bastard. Well, I'm gonna have to dodge.
Need a 6.
I tie on a 6. I have nothing to break the tie, though, so that's a hit.
So you are hit for 1 point of damage.
And I'm sent reeling, but that is just it. I am only sent reeling. Which one was reeling again? Orange or purple?
I think it's purple. I know it's the one I think is the odd one, because I always used to
Purple is
use
the real-
orange.
Okay, and Luwei, since you are the closest, our archer friends are going to aim and shoot at you.
Alright, bastards. I'll keep trying to dodge. Haha!
That was a good shot, but you were just the quicker on your feet as you edge out of the way and a shot goes wild.
And the other one?
Haha, again! Both of those were very good shots, but not good enough.
Kitty's angry.
Okay, and I forgot to roll the d8 for reeling, but it wouldn't have mattered because you rolled 11s. So that's the end of the bad guys. Rise of the good guys.
Yeah. Hey, look who needs help recovering from reeling. Wow.
You go, Mayor.
Let's see. I think I could probably at least move a little closer and negate some of that penalty, like up here where the card used to be. Maybe like
Yes,
behind this
that would
barrel.
be- Yeah, that would be within range.
Okay. And then I will go ahead and rally you.
Huzzah!
I haven't stopped you before. Why let them start now?
That is a very valid point. Alright, so I'm going to guard, because that's proving to be very useful. And since they have no bows, no arrows in their bows right now, I'm going to do something crazy, and I'm going to try and do a scare tactic. So I'm going to roll my presence. I'm going to puff out my chest, show off my claws and fangs, and let out a mighty roar, and tell them to, surrender or die. So that was body, will, and presence, correct?
Yes.
That would be a good one.
Which one are you starting with?
The one to my right, the one that I hit before. The one next to the dead guy.
Guy in front of the bush.
Yes. And can I add in my trait of giant to this?
Since this is a physical threat, then yes, you may.
Huzzah. So body, will, presence, and being a big scary kitty. That's 4 successes. Yeah, that's
Well,
4 successes.
The first one kind of looks up at you, towering over, roaring and snarling, and his face goes a pale white, and he is also stricken with terror. Let's see here. Since he didn't roll a 1, I'm not going to say that he passed out, but he is now terrified. Since you have succeeded in rolling that many successes, you are able to sweep.
And I shall. To the next nearest target, which will be the one up in the line. And I will say, your friend seems to be piddling down his leg. Maybe you should too. It's 2 successes.
With 2 successes, it does stop sweeping, and his friend is afraid.
Actually, he could still sweep.
Or he still can.
Well, because he can make him just afraid and decide to sweep instead of upgrading it to terrified. It's his choice.
I think it's better to have 2 terrified. No, I'll take my chances with the last one. But I am sent reeling from this. And because, hey, look, there's still an elementalist out here who could, do some damage if he wants.
Because I aim at that last non-terrified guy to upgrade my Create Air into Lightning Bolt again. And I fire.
Zap! Go get him, Zap Brannigan. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So that is a 3-point hit on critical, which makes it a 4-point hit, plus 2 penetrating.
I'm counting 10 damage. It's 4 plus 2, 6, plus 2 times critical, 10.
So he manages to soak one of those and is merely obliterated for 9 points of damage. The showering cooked meat splatters across Mother Leeling's field, and for the purposes of this combat, it is over because they are donezo with you two, or with you guys. So that will end the combat.
Are they done as in they run away, or are they done as in they will fall to the floor in the fetal position?
They will run away from you.
I'll just look at the mayor and be like, captured on yes or no.
If they're leaving, let them leave. I don't think
Okay.
we have the space for them right now. 'Cause 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 '
Huzzah! I guess my scare tactic was kind of not needed in the end with that lightning bolt. Jesus Christ.
And of course,
I don't suppose we could get a little water to wash away that body before the kids step out and see it.
Well, actually, I'm going to break out my first aid kit and just first aid on both of us since we're both hurt, so that'll go away.
Right.
I mean, then I'll create water and actually get rid of... I didn't realize that you were suggesting that I do it. I mean, I guess I did make the mess.
So the good news is you are slowly whittling down the Fire Strike gang, and you've managed to kill 2 of them this battle. So well done. And another one has lasting injuries.
Meanwhile, I'm just standing here pulling the arrow out of my shoulder, shrugging it off. Oh, look at you two taking all these little cuts and bruises. That was fun, though.
So Fang Jin, of course, goes over to the group and says, "Oh, thank you so much for coming to my aid. I fear they would have beaten me to death, and I didn't have much to defend myself with."
They're getting more aggressive and actually coming to town now.
Well, they were looking for that package. What became of it? I don't have it anymore.
Only the winds know about that. I suppose next time, if they perhaps seek an actual audience, maybe they won't end up with 2 more splattered on the ground. Oof.
By the way, Sheng Lupo, if I recall correctly, you were the one that had that package.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not present.
Yes, you're not. So, you're enjoying your bath, but...
Also, don't tell me where it's at. Tell me where... I took my headset off last time so I wouldn't hear where you hit it because I don't want to know out of character. So if you're about to say it, give me some sort of warning.
No. I'm...
But Motherly Ling comes out of her house and shakes her fist at Feng Jin, who of course shrinks away and says, "I'm sorry, Motherly Ling. They were searching for something that I don't have," and she of course blames him for that. And meanwhile, the twins kind of come out again and look sheepishly at one another, but they're kind of glad that he's taking the blame. So, what do you do?
I'm going to get Liz a plate of dinner.
I'm a chill. I don't know what just happened.
I will.
Maybe I'll probably hear at some point that the dragon.
You did hear a bunch of peals of thunder.
I'll go help our injured folk and learn about what happened.
I do like that. Oh, what's that? Thunder and lightning outside. I'll just sit here in this big old vat of water.
It's an indoor vat of water.
It's so nice of a bath.
Well, I suppose now that you're here, now is a better time than at any task. Do we have enough to actually defend this town if they're going to keep doing this?
You literally have a counting of the guard.
That I do, but is it enough?
Well, if they all attack in mass, probably not. You've got 10 full-time guards, but as they were previously established, they're not exactly the greatest group. So you could certainly use some help, not to mention a doctor.
Well, also the last 2 times they attacked, they were massacred down to the 1 to 2 escapees that brought back the message of how dangerous we are, and they know that we live here, so one would assume that the threat would be that they would be able to come back.
It just means that we're going to have to keep to our itinerary. We're going to go to the city tomorrow, no matter what. And then we also have to gather enough allies to come back here, and then also, perhaps, rescue those villagers if it's within our power.
Okay, so while you're discussing that, I guess Fang Jin is going to take the dead bodies of his former friends and drag them away. As he's doing that, the 2 twins are going to go over to the dead bodies and root through their pockets. So I'm just going to move everybody to the inn.
Say, arguably, one of them no longer has pockets.
That is true, but I'm sure his leg and his waist could be found somewhere.
You exploded a man.
I believe it's shift right click if you want to focus us all on the map to the location.
Did that work?
Not for me. Did it work for anybody else?
No.
Okay. Well,
Shift
I
left
guess
click.
I'll return.
No, that was
Not
me. That was
badly.
me. No, it was me testing it. Shift left click. If that's not what I said before.
Okay, so you're going back to the inn, and
All right, I'll get there myself.
yeah, of course we find Sheng Lu Po, and word kind of gets around a little bit that there was a bandit attack, and the discussion, of course, is well, shoot, now we need to go to Roljiang for some help. So, what are some other things that you might consider? Let's square away what we're looking for. So, I have an idea first.
Temujin's ideas are perhaps some sort of merchant to help the profitability of the town. Some kind of mercenary or guards or soldiers to come back to help defend the town as well. Perhaps a scout to actually, do the things that we can't do, which is actually identify threats before they get here. Or follow them along. And a doctor, because wow, we are going to need it.
Absolutely.
I'm on board
So-
for the doctor.
So, the town does, in fact, have a blacksmith or a craftsman, but he seems to be at least missing at the moment. I'm sure he's out and about. Um, but I can give you the goal to return from Roljiang with reinforcements if you want to take that goal.
Sure.
Yep, I'll go ahead and take that. And I suppose there'd be a goal of doing the rescue, but I think we're already up to 3, aren't we?
No. I don't know what you have. I only had one.
I have eliminate
have-
or uncover the mystery of the fire striking,
Yep.
eliminate or deal with the mercenaries as well, and return with reinforcements now.
Sorry, you know what? I'm looking at my web version, and my web version isn't up to date.
Ah, there you go.
It's all in my notepad. I don't have my notepad open. My web version is like a session behind, that's all.
So, as the town undoubtedly knows, it is off of a river, and it is easier to take a ferry down the river than it is to go back up the river. In this case, you do have a villager who does have a small boat that he could potentially ferry you down. Of course, he'll ask for compensation, or you can go by the road, whichever you prefer.
Well, I mean, it's not that
Taking it
hard.
downriver is definitely a very good idea.
Not that hard to go upriver. I am an elementalist.
Does the boat have bed that I can sleep?
The boat does not have a bed.
You can be the bed.
Lue is quite large. You could sleep on
But will he let me?
him. So, if the consensus is to take a ferry, there is a snake. Let's move him over here. I'm doing the shift click thing and I'm not seeing that it pinged.
You hold shift, and then you push the left click while still holding shift. There you go, it worked. Maybe it was just lag.
Okay. So, the ferryman has it's enough to fit everybody on it, but with the giant on board, it's going to be a little tottery. But he is willing to ferry you each for 2 buquan apiece. Well, 3 for the giant.
Let's see. No negotiation on my side. Wait, no, I have plenty of negotiation. I could try to talk down my own citizen. Because it's for the good of the town, you see.
Yes, but it's my boat, so roll them bones and see if you can convince this ferryman to fix a price.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna be rolling mind and negotiation then. There's the potential to add in fast talk to this if we just don't spend very long on it.
That's
Right.
also appropriate since it sounds like you're in a hurry.
There we go.
Okay, so for 2 successes, he kind of... Alright, I guess it's 1 apiece, but I'm still charging 2 for that giant tiger.
Fair enough. I'll pay for his extra then.
Alright,
Anything
so...
for all of us?
Now,
Second.
I think that's the
Shin-Lu Po,
implication.
Seconded.
are you taking the package with you?
Yes, Shang
Hammer
Lupo.
just shrugs
Are
her
you?
shoulders. What package?
Well, that's a GM question because the others, you're a sneaky fellow. I'm sure you could have it on your very person this exact moment, and they wouldn't know.
I'm gonna type it to you.
Keeping it in his prison wallet.
Sorry, what was that?
He said he's typing it to you. I said
Oh,
he's
okay.
keeping it in his prison wallet. That's up his butt, by the way. No, nothing. I thought it was funny.
Sorry, I was typing. Now only me and Liz know where it is.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll share with you, though. I think it's in your house.
So,
Well, you're gonna sneak away and check.
No, I'm going with you. That's why. No, it just occurred to me that maybe the spiders were attracted to it, and maybe that's why they all went to your house. That's my thinking.
since everybody's in a
Spiders
hurry,
love drugs.
the boatman pushes off, and you set off for Roljiang. So I will change the map over.
You know, I don't know that spiders don't love drugs. I just know your house is the only house that got attacked.
This is true.
So
I mean, I
let me
really
just roll a
like
d12.
Black Lotus.
Actually, our wizard friend Zhulong, do a weather sense to see what the weather will be doing.
Okay. Double sevens. And like I said, though, I'll also be using my elementalism to control the speed and direction of the boat.
Okay, so it looks like, previously where it was rainy and it was pretty soggy and, the water was getting high, everything is very smooth sailing. And so fast and so smooth, in fact, that over the course of 6 hours, you were able to, you see the giant city, the trade port of Roljiang, looming in the distance. And eventually it kind of comes into view, and the ferryman pulls over just before you get to the mouth of the river. And previously there were a lot of, very rich farms out on the outskirts here, but they seem to be in similar states such as yourself, but notably less peasants. but still everything seems a little bit bare, a little bit quiet. And he, of course, will say, "Okay, I'll head back up river unless you want me to stay for some reason."
I believe we'll be walking back. You can return home.
He nods and says, "Alrighty." So, approaching the city is a pretty straightforward affair. You see, there's a number of travelers, and the closer you get to the city, the more densely populated it is. When you get there, you realize just how large it is. It's like a city of at least like 20,000 people. It's huge. The giant gates loom before you, but like the rest of the island, it seems everything is a little bit shoddy. Maybe the bricks aren't as bright. The guards seem to be a little bit more listless. You, of course, have to pay to get into the city, so it's a buquan per head. And do you have anything to declare what you're doing here?
Yes, of course, because I am Tamrod Jin, mayor of Yuchin. I'm here to petition for reinforcements for Yuchin. It has come under a terrible attack by bandits recently.
The guard kind of looks at you half like disinterestedly. "What's that now? Where are you from?"
Oh, she like just is taken aback for a moment, just like puts like at least two of her hands over her heart and goes, "Oh, you haven't heard of the town upriver, Yuchin?"
He kind of disinterestedly says, "Yes, sounds like a one-horse town to me."
Isn't your whole city based on trade coming from up and down the river? You'd think you'd know a little bit more and have respect for your lively bringing. Words didn't come out in the wrong order, but you know what I'm saying.
He kind of waves a hand at you and says, "Okay, fine, go in here. I don't care."
Kids today. Mayor. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Emperor be down.
Scoff. Okay, so apart from a surly guard, let me just quick roll a d12.
Oh, what's that? Instant death.
Okay, you come in with other traffic that's kind of coming back and forth. Most of it is, like you said, just farming people with produce to sell in the city. But yeah, you're quickly kind of lost by the scale of this place. So the question is, if you want to find something specific, we're going to have to use the ironclad rules of gossip. So a skilled or a what's the word? A master, let's say, for a doctor, is something that would be considered an expensive item. So in a city this large, you would have to do a gossip check to find an expensive item.
Well, it's a good thing I brought people who are better at talking to people, you know, and not just talking down to them than I am.
Not me.
So,
Did you though?
can you at all? Then I think so.
I'm good at lying to people.
I thought you had gossip as well, didn't you?
Well, here's what you do
No.
then. You
I would have to
say,
see.
I know where a good doctor is. How about you? That starts with a lie. That's deceit, right?